Okay, C15 Romahome heating and ventilation controls. Been a lot of queries about this on our small motorhome forum. I thought I'd try and show you in a video how they actually work. Right, here we go then. Simple one first. This switch here, this is the heater blower motor, or the blower motor. In the center position where it is, it's not on. If I flick it down, you probably won't hear it over the engine, but that has just come on one click. I'm just getting a little bit of blowing air coming out of the center console there. Similarly, it will come out of the dashboard vents up here, the windscreen vents, and also it operates the air coming out through the floor heater. Back to center, the blower motor is turned off. You might hear this one. There we are. That is the blower motor on full speed. So click it down, you get first speed, center, no speed, upwards, full speed. Quite simple. Okay, these sliding controls here. This top one, the white one, is the flow of air. So with that, like that, the air is theoretically turned off. There's no heater control, so to speak. That is full flow of air. That is the one for the heat. So there's no heat, that is lots of heat. So in the winter, I tend to leave it left and left, okay? And in the summer, you'd obviously want to turn the heat over to the right. Okay, now then, the dial on the left here, you might just be able to see it. There is a hat and there is a shoe. Okay, if I put it up to the hat, I now get a lot of air coming out of the windscreen vents and the center vent here. No air coming out of the floor. There's no air coming out on the floor. Put it in the center, getting a bit of air coming out on the floor, a bit of air coming through the center vent, a bit of air coming through the top center vents, and a bit of air coming through the windscreen vent. And obviously, if I push it down, there's no air coming through the windscreen vent at all. So it basically, I'm still getting air coming through here and here. So basically, it is operating whether you're getting air coming through the floor vent or the windscreen vent. You will still get air coming through the center vents as well. There's a reason for that, which I shall explain in a moment. And that is this other chap on the left. Now this is very confusing. They call it ventilation. But what it actually does, if I put it on one click, it's easier for me to feel it. With that in the center position, or if you like, in the down position, in the off position, or the down position, I'm getting no air coming out of this center vent here, and no air, I don't think, oh, I beg your pardon, I'm getting no air coming out of the center vent here. If I push it up, I'm getting lots of air coming out the center vent. So down, no air coming out the center vent. Up, I'm getting lots of air coming out of the center vent. They call this ventilation, okay? Again, I always leave that in the middle. That seems to mostly just control, let me put it on 2-speed, just to check. That seems to mostly control this center vent. If I turn it off, I'm getting no air coming out the center vent, but I am getting air coming out of everywhere else. So this left-hand one just controls this little center vent here. I don't know why, but it does. It's as simple as that. Now, to the very outside, we have got vents either side of the door, and I'll show you those now. I'll go through it once more with you, however. This one, hot air up to the windscreen, or hot air down to the feet. Doesn't have too much control over these vents, but hot air up to the screen or hot air down to the feet. This one, seems to control this centre vent only. So air up or air off to this centre vent. Again, I tend to leave them both in the middle. This is the heater blower motor switch, so how hard the heater blower motor blows. This is hot or on or off. This is airflow, theoretically on or off. And of course, to get air to come out of these centre vents, that is off. Roll it up and you'll get it coming out. My suggestion to you would to be, sit in your C15 once it's got warmed up, turn the heater blower motor to hot, and then have a play with all these vents to see what they do. But of course, we must talk about the outside vents on the dashboard, and I'll focus the camera on those now. Okay, I'm focusing on the outside wing vents, if you like. One there and one there. So they're by the doors, one there and one there. They only control the flow of cold air into the vehicle. You won't get hot air coming into them, and they're controlled by cold air coming in from the outside. So in the summer, you want that wide open. You want to roll that dial up, and cold air will come in from the outside. They are not similarly controlled by the heater blower motors. They won't have anything to do with it. It is just cold air coming in from the outside. So in the winter, keep them closed nice and tightly, and you won't get any air coming in at all. If you roll that little dial up, you will get cold air coming in. Only controlling cold air, nothing else. So I hope that this little video has helped you understand a little bit more about the heating controls on a Citroen C15 Romahome.